Okay, so aside from all that, I'd like to welcome you guys to the first official meeting of the microbiology lab, which is weird because we're doing it online instead of in real life. So the plus side is, of course, we don't have to be there every single day doing stuff in lab, but the downside is we're not doing stuff in lab. So we're gonna work through this together. We're gonna get it knocked out, and we're gonna have a good time. So if you guys do run into problems or have questions, by all means, what you'll want to do is you want to message me or one of our TAs. We've got three of them here. I'm going to let them introduce themselves in just a second. So we've got three of them. We got Michael, Swasti, and Janie. They'll be helping on different days. So you'll see them in the voice channels. You can message them, of course, or shoot them an email if you have a question. That's totally fine. So what I'd like you guys to do, Michael, if you could introduce yourself and maybe tell us a little bit about what you do and how long you've been teaching, that'd be great. And then we'll go to Swasti and Janie.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, just checking. Cool. Davis, and I've been studying microbial ecology here for about 5 years, and I've been TAing mostly microbiology labs the whole time. I have taught my master's. I taught some lecture courses myself, so I know a couple things about microbiology. But yeah, that's that.
All right, great. And Swasti, why don't you go next?
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, so my name is Swasti Raut. Michael and I are in the same lab, microbial ecology. Although our previous PI is no longer here, we have been teaching micro for quite a while now. As far as I remember, it's probably been over 4 years. And we pretty much do micro stuff in the lab usually, but due to pandemic, we have switched to the Discord sessions, and it has been working better than I expected. So I hope you guys have fun doing micro lab this summer as well.
All right, great. And how about we have Shani go next?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, so hi everyone. I'm a I'm a new TA compared to Swasti and Michael. I've just been teaching this lab for 1 year, and I also learned a lot from this lab myself, and I'm really willing to help you out with any of your questions. Please don't hesitate to contact me or other TAs. And well, hope you all have fun with this special online lab.
All right, great. And real quick, we're going to get started here with some with some extra stuff here. If you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to screencast to show you guys what that looks like. So all you have to do is click at the top of your screen, and you'll see a thing that I'm sending to you guys. So hold on one second. So you can see the little go live thing. So you should be able to click on that and you will see what I'm streaming. And if you guys look at the very bottom in the thing that says bio 1102 text channel, you can see that I'll pin stuff here periodically for you guys to see. One of these is our Google Docs sign up sheet. So what I'm actually going to have you guys do right now is I'm going to have you guys sign up for lab groups. So if you guys open up the Google Docs, what you guys will see is a whole bunch of lab groups that you guys can sign into once it loads because it's slow. There we go. And so what I'd like you guys to just pick a group that you'd like to be in. You guys can all join the same group if you want. But just type your name in here and I'll give you guys about 3 or 4 minutes to kind of sort yourselves out for that. So just go ahead and start entering that in. Try not to overwrite somebody else's name though, please. There's lots of slots, so go ahead and pick a group that you guys want to be a part of. Okay, so next thing I would like you guys to do is we're going to spend just a minute or so jumping down to our respective text channels. So what I'd like you guys to do is go ahead and click down to whatever, the respective voice channels. So jump down to red group, white group, whatever your group you're in, say hi to everybody, and I want you guys to come up with a team name, and I'll have you guys write that team name out in the text channel for your group. All right, Michael, if you'd like to really quick just jump down to the different channels and poke the other groups to come up to the main voice channel, that'd be great.
Okay.
And for those of you who are just coming in, what I'd like you guys to do is message the TA that came by and said hi in your channel. So you can just right click on their name and send them a message and tell them what your official group name is. And they will actually go ahead and add that on to the end of the title. So they'll just edit the channel for you guys and put your name at the end. So it'll be Orange Group, Orange Squad, or something to that effect, depending on which one it is. Okay. So once everybody gets in here, we'll continue on with the next. Okay. Looks like that's everybody. Great. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started here. I'm going to screencast one more time, and we're going to talk about the syllabus and kind of the way things are broken up, and then we'll continue on with everything else, and then you guys can get out of here. So we're not taking up all your time today. Give me a second to screencast. Okay, there we go. So we're going to look through the syllabus real quick and just kind of highlight a couple things. Okay, hold on. All right, so syllabus. It can be found in the file section of our Canvas, so if you haven't already looked at that, that's fine. Some of this stuff I just haven't changed because since we went all digital, but some things I've added. Obviously, we don't need things like supplies like lab coat, goggles, gloves, etc., because we're not going to be doing any of that. So don't worry about that stuff. But what you do need is a lab manual, the photographic atlas, which is a very useful study guide, not only for this class, but also for the 1302 class, if you're taking that as well this summer, which you probably are. You also need a webcam for when we do quizzes and exams in Canvas, so make sure you guys have one somehow attached to your laptop or what have you. If you run into problems, just let me know. We'll work them all out. The other thing that you need is Discord, which if you're here, then you've got it. So great, you guys are good set up for that. Okay. Next part. So I will be I'm the lab instructor, the microbiology lab coordinator, and your TAs we're going. Nope, it's got the wrong person in here. See, I forget to edit things all the time. Your TAs will be Swasti, Michael, and Shanyi. And I do have office hours. They're just going to be variable. It's just pretty much faster to shoot me a message and set up a time if you want to meet or talk with me. So please feel free to do that. You can also, of course, contact your TAs at any point in time. The general breakdown for the grades. 50% of your grade is going to be the exams, the midterm and the final. So each one's worth 25% of your grade. So make sure you guys take those seriously. Quizzes will be about 15%. Single and mixed unknowns, which we're going to attempt to do, are about 15%. And we'll talk more about how those are going to happen later because they're going to be special, because normally you guys would actually do these. But obviously you guys aren't here. We're going to do a digital version of this. There's also this program called Bacteria Lab, which is an actual digital version. It simulates the test that you need to do to identify bacteria, and we'll show you guys how to do that later, but make sure you guys keep that in mind that that's worth 5% of your grade. It's going to be its own independent test thing, so we'll show you guys how to run that if you guys need to. Lab reports are another large chunk of your grade. Lab reports are going to be done pretty much as a lab group. So you guys will turn in one paper that we will give you guys at the beginning of the lab lectures that we do on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And then we will then you guys will turn them into your TA and they will grade them. And we also have another little addition to lab report. There is a couple of labs in the Canvas thing from McGraw-Hill. These are digital labs. They're a little clunky and slow, but they kind of simulate what you guys would actually be doing in class. Just to kind of walk you guys through that, there's a code that I'll email you guys here in just a moment. The code gives you access to be able to start doing those labs, so you don't have to buy anything extra there. It's a free code. But basically, it just kind of simulates things that you would do in lab on the computer. Now, the only downside to this, it tricks people a lot because it'll say like, oh, you missed something, and it's usually like you missed like a single step, and that's like a small point off. And it won't give you a grade if you complete it and you're not 100%. So if you've gone through it and you're like, I don't really care about getting the very last thing, you just wait, and once the lab due date is passed, it will just post your grade as a percentage. So if you got like 97%, it won't give you a grade until it's officially posted. And you can retake it many times as you want. If you want to get more stuff completed, or you missed something or did something wrong, then just keep that in mind. You guys can redo those little lab things as much as you want to until it's due. And it's got a big window to turn them in, so just make sure you guys keep that in mind. Okay. Other than that, lab grading policy, if you guys have a problem with something was graded or what points you got, what you want to do is you want to first kind of follow the rules. The primary thing is you want to go and talk to your TA first, ask them why something was graded. If you disagree with it, you can make an explanation of why you think it should be graded differently and shoot the email over to me, and I and the other TAs will discuss whether or not you guys should get points back. If you just come to me, I'll be like, well, I don't know. Did you ask your TA? Because they do most of the grading for the lab report, so keep that in mind. Okay. Attendance stuff. Attendance is important. Obviously, it's a little wonky because we are doing all this stuff online. Really, I only care about you guys being here for the Wednesday, Thursday labs. I'm going to make this a little bit more flexible if you have to miss. Definitely shoot me a message ahead of time. I understand that lots of people have things and issues with their computer, or something goes crazy, or they have to like watch a bunch of their, like watch their kids, or go take an emergency errand or something. It just happens. I understand that. So just shoot me a message ahead of time, but we want to try to keep the minimum amount of missing so we can mostly keep the labs intact. So make sure you guys are there. Same thing for being on time. If you guys are late or showing up late, you're missing basically all the stuff that I'm talking about. So please make sure guys just show up on time to this thing. Lab maintenance, of course, we don't really have to worry about that because you guys aren't doing that. So don't worry about that. Safety issues, again, you guys don't have to worry about that. So there you go. That's fine. Protocol issues, that's not going to be an issue because we're not doing any experiments in real life. So we don't have to worry about that. There's a lot of things we don't have to worry about. But absences and tardiness are an important thing. Okay, proper lab attire, which we'll talk about in a safety thing, which is important. So just make sure you guys keep that in mind. We will talk about these things. So you are responsible for knowing what proper safe lab attire looks like, but we're not going to go over that, full tilt in here. But we are going to talk more about that in a little bit. So please make sure you guys read through this section because it will come up eventually. Okay, we can kind of skip a lot of stuff right here. And we get down to the schedule. The schedule is pretty well laid out. I recently updated it to include the McGraw-Hill stuff, but you guys can see that on Canvas as well. It'll have due dates for you guys. Hopefully, I didn't make any major errors in the syllabus, so theoretically, you guys should be able to see something, see everything that we're going to be doing. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Okay, now, a couple key things. All the quizzes will be done on Canvas. There'll be little like multiple choice quizzes. They're pretty easy to do. No big deal. The ones that do take a good chunk of time are the exams, the midterm, which will be on June 18th, and the final, which will be on July 6th. That way we're not like overlapping with a lot of you people are taking Bio 1302, which is Dr. Lawson's microbiology class, and they not to conflict with his exam, so mine's pretty short. I'm going to give a pretty big open window so you guys can take this on that Monday. You guys can, of course, do it from anywhere. But with that said, one of the things that we are going to be implementing is the Lockdown browser, which is like a little tiny download that'll prompt you to download, which basically gives you a Canvas window, but in a browser that you can only access the browser. You can't access the internet or anything else. It allows you to do a webcam thing. When you guys show the webcam stuff, what you want to do is you want to show me a complete picture of what's on your desk, including your keyboard and stuff like that. If you have a webcam, it doesn't, or a webcam built into your laptop, obviously it doesn't matter because you can't show me your keyboard. But just kind of give me a quick glance around your room and stuff like that. The university is cracking down on cheating and stuff because a lot of people tried to cheat at the end of the semester, last semester. And so just make sure you guys follow through with all the instructions for the lab monitoring software. We're going to do a test run of that sometime in the next week here, so you guys can just get some bonus points to your midterm exam when we take it. So I'll do a little tiny test for you guys to just check and make sure everything's working. Okay. Last little stuff, lab rules. We don't have to worry about that. That's kind of not necessary for us because a lot of these lab things aren't here. The biggest thing is making sure that you guys do work together as lab groups. You guys can, what'll happen is when we assign the paper for you guys to work on for your lab report, a lot of people will create a Google Doc or something else. And sometimes people like to jump into using, FaceTime or some other messaging app, and that's fine. But I'd like you guys to keep ear into Discord, so when the TAs drop into your channel and check on you, they can see how you're doing and you can respond to them. So please don't just mute Discord. Make sure that you still have Discord open and are in the proper voice channel so your TAs can check in on you and see how you guys are doing. The other big thing is making sure you guys are working as a lab group. Don't just assign the question to somebody and have one person answer everything, because that's not cool. Make sure you guys all work together as a team. If you guys aren't working together as a team, we will basically take care of that, because that's going to be an issue. Okay, real quick, before I go on, does anybody have any questions? If you don't want to talk in voice, that's totally fine. You can type in the text channel. So I'll give you guys a second if you guys have questions.
Actually, a really quick question. For the quiz that's due today by 6 for the safety quiz, I believe, where do we get the information for that? Is that just from the syllabus?
Oh, yes. Oh, I didn't know it was actually set for today. I'm not going to set it for today. I'm going to change that due date. I didn't realize that was set for today.
I don't know if it's set for today. I just saw it on the syllabus when you were going over it.
Yes. So the safety quiz is actually something that we're going to talk about next time, but it is a little quiz. It's ungraded, but you do have to complete it. And basically, what it is it's just going to kind of cover some lab safety stuff that we're going to talk about a little bit more on Thursday. But basically, there's a PowerPoint in there that says lab safety PowerPoint in the file section of Canvas. And you just kind of run through that. It's the same kind of training that me and Michael and Swasti and Jinyi go through, and it's the same thing that we put you guys through if you guys were actually going to lab, but we want to make sure you guys have an idea of what the safety conditions are for labs and stuff like that. I'll check that later today, but it shouldn't be due today. It's just something that you have to complete. It doesn't really have a due date, but I want you guys to all work your way through it so you guys complete it, and that way we can show to our to the environmental health and safety team at Baylor that we are actually still covering safety, which is an important thing. So make sure you guys run through that. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Great question.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions or concerns anybody has? Check the voice channels real quick. All right, great. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you guys finish. If you guys have any questions, make sure you let your TAs know. We will meet back here tomorrow. We're going to talk about safety and kind of review the case study information. There is a little file in there called Salmonella Case Study. I'd like you guys to read through that. And then we are going to kind of work through the media prep and microscopy lab reports. That won't take a huge amount of time. So it'll be 2 lab reports that'll be due that day. So just keep that in mind. Okay.
I just have a quick note before we dismiss. I think nobody
Yes.
has signed up for Red Group, but I guess every other group is almost full.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I missed that. So nobody signed up for Red Group on this group sign up. Okay. I did see that there were some people talking in Red Group. So those of you who were in Red Group, please go ahead and sign up on the Google Doc sheet. If you don't know how to do that, make sure you message me or Swasti. I'll be hanging out in Discord for a couple minutes, covering, answering questions. If anybody had problems doing voice or something like that, just shoot me a message and I can help you guys work that out. So with that, that'll end our first official lab meeting. Thank you guys for bearing with me as we go through this Discord stuff to do our labs. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys shoot me or the TAs a message. All right, have a good day.
Thanks, Josh. You too.
Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. For the TAs that are still here, did you guys know how to edit the channel names? Did you guys get messages about what the group names are going to be?
I got a message from the orange group, but I didn't see messages from the others. Oh, there it is. I see on their text channels. Do you just click the edit channel? Oh yeah, and you just write.
Yeah, just
I
add
see
it to
that.
the end.
Very
Mike, your microphone's peaking there periodically.
Who, mine?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I didn't mute. Sorry. I'm humming.
Okay, it looks like it's just the TAs now. Real quick, did you guys have any questions or thoughts on things we could have done better, or if it went okay, or if there were some issues that I wasn't seeing since I was talking?
I think it went pretty okay. I followed up on a couple of concerns in the text channel. I think other than that, I don't know how many people were having trouble joining the stream. I know a couple of people were live, so I just directly messaged them to stop their live channel and join your stream.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah, I did. I really any problems. Yeah, same thing. I helped a couple students, but otherwise, seems like everybody was following along.
All right, great. I don't know
I
if you
guess-
took
Oh,
took
sorry to cut you.
Mike got the you got the attendance. Yes.
Yes, I did a screenshot at the beginning, a couple screenshots to capture everyone's name, so I have those for attendance.
Okay. If you could just
I
message me with
made
the
it-
people who
oh.
didn't show up. There's a couple. Oh, did you make one, Swast?
I didn't take a screenshot, but I can send Mike the list of the students on Canvas. So I just copied the student list and did a Google spreadsheet, so we could probably double check that with
Oh,
how many people have signed up, maybe.
thanks. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
cool. That would help.
Yeah, so I can just send you the list or attach the
Okay.
list in the lab.
And there was, I noticed one student, not a girl actually, Juan something. He came in late, like.
Yeah, and then some people have like weird names on their the online.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true.
yeah, like the girl who was Sally, her name actually says signed up as Juan Salazar or something like that.
Yeah.
Some people have nicknames and stuff, so we might want to double check the actual the Google
Yeah.
Doc.
Good point. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. If you just email me the list of the people, the people who are here and the people, and highlight the ones that were missing, I'll take care of the messaging
Okay.
and just double check with them regarding that. I know, like, there's like one girl, like, she cannot make it on Wednesdays because of her work schedule, so I've got her set up to do something else. But yeah, that's no big deal. So all right, great. Well, that seemed like work out pretty well. Thank you guys for being here and helping out. And let me know if you guys run into any problems or have any questions. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. See you guys
Thank
later.
you.
Bye bye.
All right, see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Mike, I'm just gonna attach the actual student list from Canvas on the